All right. Welcome everybody to Bucklebomb Entertainment presents The Chop Shop, WWE Talk. I am your host, Sarah Visick out of Syracuse.
Hey everybody, I'm Orlando from Fort Lauderdale.
And guess what? It is WrestleMania season, everybody.
Officially.
In full effect and on the way.
1 month.
Yes. Speaking of WrestleMania, we have potentially a big changing factor in one of our WrestleMania main events. Bobby Lashley has won the WWE title off The Miz.
Finally, after all this time, Bobby Lashley is now the WWE champion.
And I'm sure a lot of people saw the one great picture, right? I don't know if it was MVP that posted, somebody posted it, about how her business is doing really well because they got Lashley with the WWE title and Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander with the Raw Tag Team titles. And it gave a flashback to a year ago. It said, basically saying how they're like nobody was doing anything. MVP comes around, leads the team, and they're all doing fantastic.
Exactly. I mean, MVP has done wonders for these three men. It's just incredible what he has done. And there's a lot of facts that Bobby Lashley has done. You
Hmm.
know, he's the third African American to win the WWE Championship. I mean, some people will say he'll be the second because some people don't count The Rock, but he is black. So everybody keeps
Right.
forgetting about that. He is actually the oldest behind Vince McMahon in winning the WWE Championship.
Hmm. He looks good for his age. He doesn't look that old.
I know at 47, you know, it's just incredible. You know,
Hmm.
he even said like, you know, he's happy that he's like actually moving around with some of these young guys. So
Yeah. Helps keep you young too, you know?
yeah. And also they did post a picture of where MVP was on Lashley's side when he won the TNA title 7 years ago.
I did see that. That's pretty cool.
I know, right? So MVP has always been on the side of Bobby Lashley throughout his career. So
Mm.
mhm.
Funny note, right after that happened, Brock Lesnar was trending on Twitter because everyone feels that we're finally going to get this match that Bobby Lashley said he wanted before he came back.
Well, it's depending on if Brock wants to do it. That's the thing. So it,
For the right price, he'll come back.
probably. I mean, who wants to? Who wouldn't want to see like Brock versus Lashley? You know?
It'll be a good match, that's for sure.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, Sonya Deville was recently on a show. They were talking about, whether or not she would get back in the ring or, when she's going to get back in the ring. Basically said, she's enjoying her time wearing the three-piece suits, looking good, making the matches. I said she's
Yeah.
sure she's going to get back in the ring eventually, but right now there's no timetable.
Yeah, I have a feeling whoever wins the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania, that will be her next feud. Because I'm thinking they're saving her because she's gonna probably be the ultimate heel for SmackDown, which is smart. So
I'm thinking, maybe when they start touring again, they move out of the Thunderdome type stuff. Maybe they kind of have a little GM feud between her and Adam Pierce,
maybe.
and
I
maybe
mean, it could have.
Adam Pierce just maybe controls Raw.
Yeah, I mean, they could do that because I have a feeling that they're gonna probably have her as like the authority figure, and she's probably
Mhm.
gonna be the heel of it.
Uh,
But we shall see.
Speaking of people not wrestling, we got a few injuries to talk about.
Hmm.
Uh, First one being Casey Catanzaro.
Yeah, I thought that was storyline, but she's actually injured.
Yeah, just starts getting a push and then gets hurt. It's a shame.
Hmm. Yeah, it is.
I think she has one of the cooler entrances, for NXT. Not light wise or effect wise, but just basically kind of American Ninja Warrior style over the ring post there.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm.
That's reported, half rumored. Asuka may be suffering from a concussion right now. We saw in Raw, WWE played when Shayna Baszler kicked her in the face and the tooth went flying.
Like her front tooth, like
Yeah.
like
Oof.
yeah, I'm surprised she didn't get a concussion out of that either. So
Uh, some places are reporting that most likely she did, and that's probably more why she wasn't at Raw. But
hmm, probably play it safe than sorry, you know.
yeah.
Hmm.
And then the other unfortunate one, coming right around WrestleMania season again, is Mustafa Ali suffering a partial PCL tear.
Yeah, when he's like said it like he said it on a Q&A in Twitter, and then he has that, I was like, oh no, don't tell me that they're gonna
Yeah.
change plans or have him not wrestle WrestleMania because this will be like what his second time that he's gonna miss out WrestleMania, maybe?
I don't think he was doing it last year either. So it'd be like the third year in a row.
Probably. That's
But I mean, he
unfortunate.
wrestled on Monday, so maybe it's not that bad.
Yeah. Or
Maybe
maybe
hide him.
he's holding off until after WrestleMania. That's
Yeah,
probably what it is.
maybe hide him for now. Doing tag team stuff, which is
Yeah.
fine because he's in Retribution. So,
Hmm. That's true.
in another interview, I didn't see who it was with. They were doing an interview with Charlotte Flair. They asked her who she thought, the goat of the women's division was. I should say, changes yearly as things evolve. But right now, Charlotte Flair says Sasha Banks is the goat of the women's division.
I mean, like, I mean, where's the lie on that? You know?
I mean, as much crap as I give, between us, to Sasha Banks, she has stepped up her game this past year. Her in-ring work is better. Her promos are good.
Hmm. And I
I
mean,
mean,
a
she
lot
was in
of like,
Star Wars.
yeah. I mean, and also just remember, like a lot of people that rank like best women's matches, they put either Charlotte or Sasha in them. So
Yeah.
it's not surprising, you know. Of course, Sasha and Charlotte, they always have that feud and they have that chemistry. So, you know, they always gotta say like one is better than the other. So,
Yeah. Between those two, Bailey and Becky, they're all gonna, I think, take turns saying one of them is the best of all.
yeah. Hmm.
Uh, Speaking of Charlotte Flair, Peyton Royce's mom put out a tweet saying, how about give other girls a chance?
So now she's like, well, on our side, like, come on, give a woman some chance, you know. But you know what? Actually, I don't blame Charlotte this time. It's more WWE's booking. Like, technically, Asuka could have had some of the women that were there to feud with, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't see like a main roster of Nikki Cross versus Asuka, which they had incredible matches on
Yeah.
NXT. You know,
I mean, we hear all this stuff, behind the scenes. Oh, the Iconics are getting broken up because Vince is going to push Peyton Royce. Where's that? Where's the push?
exactly. And then like she's secondary to Lacey's push, and then all of a sudden she gets pregnant, and now she's forgotten now, which is unfortunate. So,
Yeah.
hmm.
And then you'll have Becky be coming back soon, and she'll be taking a spot probably.
And that, but also Rhea Ripley's coming in, so maybe that's you know,
Yeah.
it's it's all depending what's going to happen tonight on NXT with the tag titles to see if they'll have Nia and Shayna retain, or they'll have Raquel or Dakota win the titles, so that way they can have them on NXT for a little bit until they can start rebuilding Raw, and then maybe build up some new tag teams.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Speaking of NXT, which by the way, I don't think the women's titles are changing hands, so probably WrestleMania, the tag titles.
Probably
If
it's
if not
that's just
tonight, if it's
it's
not tonight,
hoping
it won't be WrestleMania.
probably, yeah.
But speaking of NXT, they're moving to a new night. They're going to Tuesdays.
So that means the Wednesday Night Wars is over.
And I'm kind of surprised. I thought we all knew the Wednesday Night Wars were going to end eventually. I didn't think it would be because of hockey though.
Uh, well, remember, it all of these are like TV deals, so of course they
Yeah,
have to follow what the networks are saying. So what happens if TNT decides to tell them, "Oh, you're no longer on Wednesdays; you're going to be on Thursdays"? They can't say no.
right. I mean, pro hockey is going to pull in more money. They have a bigger contract with pro hockey, so
Hmm.
whatever. Put them on
But
Wednesday nights. It's just more. We're able to watch more wrestling. That's all.
yeah, exactly. And plus, like we saw what happened with AEW when they became with the NBA. They had to
Yeah,
push it at the night, or they had to do it on a Saturday, which you know,
which whatever.
yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see. How it affects the ratings for NXT and AEW.
Oh no, this is now what's going to happen is just that NXT is going to do well in
Mm-hmm.
their new night, and then AEW will finally get their million viewers. Probably in the next maybe few weeks, every other week.
But now does Impact lose a few viewers?
Well, they've already announced that some of their viewers are like leaving, so I don't know if they need to change nights now. Now that NXT is going to be there, because I don't know if anybody's going to try to watch it, and plus, it's harder to watch Impact. So either you have to have Twitch or you have to have that channel.
Yeah, Access
So
TV, which there's another station, Access TV. Are they going to want them to move to another night?
probably we shall see what happens in the next couple of months.
Yeah. So speaking of NXT talent, Pat McAfee, everyone's favorite heel to hate. Cody Rhodes has been going on record saying almost for a few days now that Pat McAfee has reached out trying to get a job in AEW. Pat McAfee says, no, I'd rather retire. Or not, he'd rather retire, but he's considering retirement more than going to AEW.
Hmm.
So it sounds like two things here. It sounds like Pat McAfee is a free agent to go to another wrestling show, which we had no idea.
Well, because remember, we heard the story about they're not using Pat anymore after the angle that they did with the Undisputed Era. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, there's some truth to that. So I don't know.
Very interesting. We'll see. Have to see what happens. I mean, would you want to see Pat McAfee in AEW?
Uh, I don't know what he'll bring to the show. I mean, like he brought something to NXT because his beef with Adam Cole, but what would he bring to AEW?
Be a good heel manager.
Probably, and maybe they know how to use him. You know, like how he speaks and stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah. Have to see how that goes.
Hmm. That's how we
Uh,
have to see how it goes.
Speaking of contracts, Chelsea Green signed a long-time deal with WWE.
So now I'm waiting for her to return. So when to
Yes.
return?
Have you seen anything about whether or not how she's progressed from her wrist injury?
She's saying that she's doing well. She's got some strength, and she's out of the sling. So
That's good.
it's
So probably
I
probably the week or two after WrestleMania she might come back.
probably I think it'll be better for her to go to Raw because they need more women in Raw. Like SmackDown is good with the women that they have. So I don't know what she'll add to SmackDown.
She was on SmackDown the one match she did.
Yeah, which that's where she broke her wrist, which is unfortunate. So
I think I think she goes opposite of where Becky goes, which I got the feeling Becky will probably go to SmackDown, which would put Chelsea Green on Raw. That's my feeling.
hmm. No, I still see Becky as a Raw girl. I don't know because like,
But I know they like to keep the couples together on the same show, especially if they're going to start getting back traveling soon.
or maybe they have an agreement. I don't know because they're not doing house shows yet. So I don't know if they want to start
True.
doing house shows or they're gonna do like a combined house show. So they could start doing that. Or
They'll
but we'll
probably
see.
they'll probably just do like travel for Raw, travel for SmackDown, stuff like that.
Probably. Hmm. We shall see in the future.
So going back to WrestleMania, they did a thing for Cesaro. He was doing an interview with Sports Illustrated, and they asked him who he wanted to face at WrestleMania. His answer was Seth Rollins. How do you feel about that match?
They're good friends, so I think Seth Rollins could bring something out of him, which
Mm-hmm.
and
He's
Cesaro's
been on
so good.
he's been on
He's
fire
so good.
lately.
Yeah, he's just so good. To me, it's just like they should just put him the title. I know that the whole like how he talks and like probably like doing like a promo is like something that they love to see on somebody, but to me, it's just like sometimes some people don't really need that. They just get over because of how they look and how they wrestle.
They were talking about it on New Day's podcast. How they feel. Pretty much the consensus is they think they're going to wait till more fans are back and kind of give him like the Kofi Kingston treatment, or the Kofi and like Daniel Bryan treatment, where he just gets so popular and so hot. That's when he'll win the titles when he got the fans back.
Yeah, because they cooled him down in 2014, that was when
Yeah,
he was really hot at that time. Like I remember that reaction for him in 2014. I was just like it was incredible. So
yeah. I think now fans are starting to come around and realize, hey, he's a really
I
good wrestler, and they're starting to push that as well.
yeah, I just want to know like what does Vince see in somebody that is like, oh, I like you, and another person that I just don't like you. Like I don't.
I think it was more of the money factor. Can you make me money? How are you going to make me money?
Well, if somebody like to me, it's just like if Rusev was doing a Rusev Day, and he felt like it was a slap in the face to him. He
Yeah,
didn't want to do those shirts or do like give him like
no,
that push, you know. And this is like, what is he thinking? It's not about you,
yep,
or maybe it is about you, or maybe the person's getting over pushed. If you give him that opportunity, I bet you will make a lot of money.
but who do you think Seth Rollins is the right fit for a WrestleMania for him, or do you want to see him fight somebody else?
No, I could see it. You know, no,
Yeah,
no, because Seth Rollins is good. He knows how to bring something out to somebody. You know, so I could see him in versus Cesaro. I think they'll have a good match.
I think a match with him and Buddy Murphy would be really, really good too.
Oh no, yeah. You know.
Um, so the last thing we'll get to, it came out, you know, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com put out a tweet today of what WrestleMania week schedule is going to look like. So April 7th, you got NXT and AEW Dynamite on Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there's a Thursday night takeover, NXT takeover schedule.
Yep.
Friday, April 9th, you got SmackDown. Saturday, April 10th, you got WrestleMania Night 1. April 11th, you got WrestleMania Night 2. Monday, April 12th, you got WWE Raw and AEW Elevation. April 13th, you got NXT's debut on Tuesday, Impact, NWA, and Dark. And then April 14th, you have AEW Dynamite. That's a lot of wrestling in 1 week.
Yeah, exactly. That's a one full week right there, and you're just like, damn. And one night has a lot of shows.
Yeah, that was Tuesday. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 shows, 4 wrestling shows on one night.
Yeah,
Which means
exactly.
you'll probably see our Tuesday night show move to a new night.
We're just deciding like what days we're gonna probably be doing some of our shows now because not a lot of them have moved. So,
Yeah.
but um, but yeah, but remember these some of these shows are the pay-per-views, Takeover and probably WrestleMania is probably going to be exclusively for Peacock. I'm
Yep.
thinking.
They said WrestleMania is going to be the first exclusive to Peacock. Fastlane was going to be on both network and Peacock, I believe they said.
I'm just waiting how the whole process with Peacock is. Is it like, are we or is it your account changing over to Peacock? Or are you supposed to set up a new one? Like, how's that?
I don't see it carrying over. It'd be too much work, I think, for one person to talk to
One like,
another and exchanging of
right?
all. You have to trust. Someone's going to transfer all your credit card information and stuff over to. It's probably just easiest just to take the 5 minutes, cancel, and sign up for Peacock. Not even 5 minutes.
Oh,
Probably 2 minutes.
yeah, yeah. Because like it seems like it's not happening until after WrestleMania or something. Because or like the day before WrestleMania. Like,
Yeah.
hmm.
I thought I heard,
Like,
it's supposed to start after like the day after Fastlane, but I could be wrong. I'm sure as we get closer next 2 weeks we'll find out for sure.
yeah, because they need to start advertising that,
Yeah.
because they got what, $1 billion for 5 years for that, at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. Billion for 5 years, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
wondering, is that guaranteed money? Is like, oh yeah, we got our money. Fuck everybody else.
I'm sure it's not an easy process, but
Hmm.
yeah. Hopefully we
Yeah,
can have some more information for everybody by
yeah,
Saturday show. We'll talk about that.
yeah. So we're noticing no Hall of Fame, unfortunately, for
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Well, I heard rumors of a virtual Hall of Fame, but
But when is
yeah.
that happening? Is the question.
Usually it
Because
was the Friday before, but now you got SmackDown on Fridays,
Well, no, they did it the Thursday before.
Thursday.
Because when SmackDown was on, when they moved to Fox, I remember when I wanted to go for Tampa, they had Thursday for Hall of Fame
Mm.
because I bought the tickets for that. And then Friday was SmackDown, of course. Then Saturday was Takeover, and then Sunday was WrestleMania. So, so
Yeah.
maybe they'll do it like maybe on maybe SummerSlam. They should just do all of them on SummerSlam, like
Yeah.
last
The
year's.
past 2 years.
Yeah,
Do
because
the past
unfortunately, like.
Yeah, do last year's and this year's at SummerSlam, and then get
Mhm.
back on track for next year.
Yeah, because Batista, the Bella Twins, they need to get inducted. They need
British
to get their
Bulldog was
Hall.
last year too, wasn't it?
I think he was supposed. Was he last year? Yeah, we have to probably look and see what the list is from last
Yeah.
year if they're going to continue. But yeah, they have that. I'm just wondering what the. I thought that NXT was going to have be a part of one of the nights of WrestleMania.
Maybe that's a Thursday
So
thing.
that's
Maybe
a,
they'll combine the Takeover and Hall of Fame or something.
maybe. Or maybe that they'll have the other like titles being defended at Takeover, and then the main NXT title defended in WrestleMania. So
Yeah,
they could establish that. They have a month to decide. So
yeah. Because I heard they want WWE wants Finn Balor competing at WrestleMania, so
hmm
maybe they
because
do
he's
like
been
a
to
number
what?
one contenders match on Takeover,
Yeah,
and then winner gets to go to WrestleMania weekend.
yeah. I mean, they did that for what was it? I think it was Pete Dunne that won a match
Yep.
for
I,
Takeover.
I don't think it was last year. Maybe it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then he faced Adam Cole at Survivor Series, so they could do that.
Yeah, very possible.
You know, yeah, they have a lot of things to fill up. So far we have like what 3 matches so far, maybe confirmed for WrestleMania.
2, I think.
Yeah, so they have yeah, it's only on SmackDown. Well, depending on how Friday goes, because it looks like it's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns at Fastlane, and
Yeah,
then and then whoever's the winner there will face
Edge.
Edge for the title,
And then you got Sasha and Bianca.
Bianca. Which I feel that that's probably going to end night one of WrestleMania.
That was my next question. Do you think they should do one men's and one women's headliner? Or do you think both
Yeah,
titles should headline?
no, yeah. For me, I think they should have. Uh, for me personally, I think one night should be dominantly all black talent to headline one night of WrestleMania, and then the other night will be everybody else. Because at least it will establish that they do have, you
Mm-hmm.
know, black talent there that could get over and be successful. And one of those headlines will be 2 black women, you know, fighting for a championship,
Yeah.
would be smart. That would be a smart business move for them, in my opinion.
Well, let's see if they do it.
I mean, look, they have Bobby Lashley as the champion, so he could easily be in night one, and then if they want to do that, you know.
Yeah.
So depending on how they book everything, so I don't know how they're planning on booking everything and which will go where, which one's gonna have a fast match, which one's gonna be a longer match, So
Oh, they have 5 weeks to figure it out.
yeah, and like how many matches are gonna be in 2 nights? Where we're gonna have like 5 to 10 matches, or that's I don't know if they want to do 10 matches each. So
Yeah. No, I mean if they do 2 4-hour shows, let's say they'll probably do 2 5-hour shows
I would give them 2.5, maybe 2.5, 3 hours.
each night.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time WrestleMania was one night, it was an 8-hour show.
Yeah. Well, how many hours was last year's? I think they were both
I think they were three and a
3 hours.
half.
Yeah, because they were filling up a lot of like match. So they were doing filler matches in that.
Yeah.
Because there was like
Yeah,
that was
because
kind
Edge
of
and Randy Orton, I think, went 45 minutes alone. You had the 2
yeah,
cinematic matches.
yeah. They did have like 4 women's matches. I think it was 5 women's matches. I'm sorry. They had 5 women's matches. They had
Yeah.
uh-huh. Yeah, at least like 7 matches, I believe they had.
Yeah.
So I think they could do it. I don't know.
Yeah. I got the feeling
So
they go like I got the feeling they'll do 2 4-hour nights.
yeah, yeah. At least like the major titles for me, and maybe some like feud matches because I know it's probably going to be Cesaro versus Seth. That looks like it's being done. Um,
They'll probably do the
uh,
Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
yeah, probably one of the nights. Maybe a women's battle royal, or if they're smart, maybe they should do a women's tag team tournament.
For
You
good number
know,
one contendership.
Yeah, that would be smart of them to do.
Yeah.
hmm
All right. Well, here looks like a good place to end it. This way we can all have some time before our wrestling night starts.
Yeah.
So don't forget to check us out on bucklebombentertainment.com. All your podcasts. Twitter at bucklebombent. Same thing for Instagram and YouTube.
Yep. Please follow us on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment.
And where can they find you, Orlando?
You can find me at Twitter at Orly1985. That's ORLLIE1985. Go ahead and give me a follow, guys.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.